Ladies and gentlemen, we are back in the house or the citadel, the tower, the castle, whatever floats your boat, whatever the cool kids are saying these days. We are most definitely not those kids, but just insert standard greeting here, I guess.
Luckily, I need to be running to school with toast in my mouth.
We're back playing Numenera today. This is Monty Cook Games Slaves of the Machine God. We are going down to the robot town and making sure that they know they're Japanese and going to check out what's down there. So let's really quick go back over the characters, make sure everybody knows who's who, and then we'll have our summary of what happened last time, and we can kick this off, start up again. So, Joanne, why don't you get started with us? Can you guys hear her?
No.
Okay. Of course, we're starting the technical difficulty.
Nope.
And first time back in about a month, and technical difficulties are already arising.
Earth, you robot overlords! Technical inconveniences, dragon, to distract you. There are no technical inconveniences. Everything's fine. Look at the dragon. It's so cute.
It's all good.
Everything's fine. He's so cute. Look at the dragon.
Okay, that is cute. I'm not going to lie.
I got so many stupid dragon puppets when we were prepping for Witchlight. There are no dragons in Witchlight. There are 0 fucking dragons in Witchlight. But I got so many dragon hand puppets just to screw with you guys.
But hey, Well, no. Technically, that one guy we're trying to get out of a cage is a sort of dragon.
Teeny tiny, adorable little fairy dragon.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you
now we can hear you.
Oh, the thing went up again.
Okay, how about now?
Yes.
Lovely.
Okay. All right, I am Joanne Wallace, the other half of Angel Citadel. I am playing Chips Are Done, a Serene Riot who has a third hand.
And she runs all of our technical stuff, and we are so grateful that she does.
Joanne's amazing, yay!
I don't know that I would be able to put up with it.
It's super hard.
She's awesome. Rusty.
Hi, I'm Rusty. Rusty the robot in the Discord, Rusty T Robot in the Twitch chat, and I am playing Doran Fisto Monser, intimidating glaive who needs no weapons, who apparently is also more than willing to rip off his own skin to prove a point.
Please stop doing that.
Yes, let's maybe not do that one again. You're gonna scare the children.
Children, yeah, okay.
Hey, you don't know. There could be like little kids watching this stream in recordings later or something. I'm probably maybe.
I'm not
God,
sure exactly how old Jag is, but I don't think he counts. I'm pretty sure he's the only person who comes with us on this trip.
No, we actually have 3 people on the thing.
There are
Yeah,
Yeah,
three
it's
people. I don't actually have
crazy.
Twitch open.
I saw that. We've actually got a few
We
people.
have people!
There are
Amazing!
people on the stream. This is amazing. All right. So, we have Joanne, we have Rusty, and we also have Hannah.
Hi, I'm Hannah. I am Game Snack on the Discord. Don't talk to me on the Twitch because won't have it open just like I do right now, which is why I didn't know there were so many people here. That's so exciting. I play Andabel, a civic-minded Arcus who works miracles and also takes all of the notes.
And that is also greatly appreciated because we're about to find out what happened last time on Slaves of the Machine God.
A month ago.
A month
A
ago.
whole month ago.
7/26. That's when these notes are from. But so the notes themselves are pretty short because most of the last videos involved Josh describing things to us, and then us blithely ignoring hooks. Because we were on the road to Boz from our beloved home at the Amber Keep. And it is a long fucking road map from the Amber Keep to Boz. It's a long fucking road. And it is very fucking boring because there's just so much open space in this largely undeveloped part of the world. So we kept seeing things in the distance that might have been exciting, or perhaps we could have fought them. And we did the Japanese tourist thing where we took pictures and we, don't leave the bus. Until we got a GM intrusion because we'd already spent like an hour making him describe various landscapes to us. And some kind of spots, I wish I could give you more than that, but they were like slimy spots. Started turning up on the carrier's, the crawler's little basket thing that we ride in lots of colors, doing psychic damage. So we sort of did combat about it, but it didn't really work very well. Fisto decided to use his brand new Electrofister and just
Don't call it that. Do not call it that.
definitely calling it that. So he just grabbed one and tasered the ever-loving shit out of it for like 6 rounds. Chips and Annabelle caught 2 of them in a jar, which we then yeeted off into the undergrowth to make it someone else's problem because it kept trying to psychically attack us.
I mean, what else was I supposed to do other than just taser
We
it?
put them in a jar and yeeted them, and that was the end of it.
I'm
There
not
wasn't a good
suggesting you
option.
weren't supposed to attack it, Rusty. I really am not. I promise.
No,
However,
I know. The way that Hannah said it made it sound like there was an issue with me.
You
Just
were the
tasering
one
it
who
for you,
actually managed to kill them because the 2 of us kept trying to like communicate with it or something, and it just kept not working because it kept trying to psychically attack us every time we tried to communicate with it.
no, Rusty did
setting-
the thing that you were supposed to do with the things that were attacking you.
The setting was all of us are in this little wicker basket on top of this giant tentacle monster wandering through a forest with a bunch of brightly colored slimes that keep brain tasering us.
Yeah, and
while
not
we're
everything.
chasing them around with little glass jars, fucking Fisto's just standing like zzz, 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 zzz,
Just stand there. Just
until it fucking dies.
Not everything can be resolved through talking.
We solved 0 amounts of things with talking that time. 0.
And
You were the
you're
only one of us
supposed to
who
be-
responded appropriately, apparently.
See, and you're supposed to be the one who's the talking one.
It didn't work. They didn't want to talk to us. They were
They
very
did not,
mad.
in fact, want to talk to you.
You were the only one of us who responded appropriately to the situation. It's just hilarious to say that you electrofisted them.
Yeah. What else do you expect an ex-bodyguard to do?
No, you also did exactly what I expected you to do. Everyone did exactly what they were supposed to do. We just looked really dumb doing it.
You guys, hold
Chips
on.
has actually no combat capabilities except for either slurping memories or shooting people with a buzzsaw.
She
Those are her
has
combats.
an infinite
I
number of
think
Buzzsaws are
terrifying
really
weird
shitty weapons.
grenades. We don't want
I
her
think
using the
Doran's going to try
grenades
to
in the
teach
boss.
Chips at least. I think Doran's going to try to teach Chips at least some self-defense.
Oh dear God.
Yeah, sure, make this more
That's-
dangerous. That's what she needs to be.
That's a horrible image.
Grenades
this
that turn
massive
into
guy,
10 by
right?
10
And he's
blender cubes.
and then there's this really tiny 17-year-old girl that's
We have
Oh
so
my-
many people.
Yeah, he's going to teach her how to punch the shit out of people.
Oh, we're gonna die.
that is okay. So
This is gonna be
those
so
of
bad.
you who haven't figured it out yet, I'm sure you probably have though. We have a private Discord chat that we use to go back and forth, and you know I'll send images over. I'll spell names because you know we're in Numenera, and so all the names are weird and spelled weird. But the image that we just sent of Chips
There's no we
learning
involved. There's no
self-defense
we. She did that.
was Batty from
Anastasia. That's
Hunchback
the
of
little bat
no,
from
Anastasia,
Anastasia,
sorry,
who was
Anastasia.
Rasputin's
This
minion.
little bat from Anastasia doing karate,
Yeah.
and it yeah, it would look just exactly like Bartok doing karate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
Anyway,
after we spent like a fucking hour doing that particular bit, we did eventually make it to where Boz is supposed to be. Because Boz is super duper hidden because the robots don't want to talk to the meatbags, which is a valid reaction from them given some of the meatbag reactions to them. So we find shipwrecks that are just energy blasted and have been scuttled all over this seaside trek that we found ourselves on. And then the tracks on the sand just walk directly into a cliff face. Oh no, what could it be? It was Boz hidden behind an illusion. So we meet the gatekeepers and Radius and our robot companions. They know the super secret code words and can say it with a hard R, so they get to go inside. But we are not super duper welcome. Fortunately, that came from the one we can't find, right? The sigil that he used? From the
no,
one we haven't found yet.
that one came from the one that died.
That's from the
That
one
came
that
from Origin.
died or
He's
didn't
not
or
dead.
something.
He's currently under prepare.
Origin is currently deactivated in Chips's backpack with most of Atlas as well, I think, is also still in there. Because despite the fact that she is a very small teenage girl, she is fully capable of carrying the full bodies of at least 4 robots that are 6 times her size in her backpack while we walk around.
It's a special Numenera backpack, and they're not in her backpack. They are on the servo machine, the Roomba that follows her around. They're in it.
So she's wearing the backpack, and the backpack is on top of a Roomba that is scuttling around. Okay, that's definitely not a more ridiculous way to describe what's happening.
No, that's something.
Anyway, so the meatbags have temporary access. We have 10 days. to do the stuff we're supposed to do in Boz and then get the fuck out because we're not allowed to be there because we're not nearly cool enough. And then Josh spends like 45 minutes describing Boz, and it is a fucking trip. Again, images, please. And while Fisto and Annabelle are just sort of standing there on a cliff going, Chips immediately sets up a roadside stand where she's repairing old bots. So she's got a line out the door within like 5 minutes. And there's not even a door.
So yes,
And,
there is the whale. For those of you that weren't here last time or did not see the last episode.
like, look at that fucking thing. I have no idea what we're supposed to do with that fucking thing. Look at that fucking thing. But that is where we ended, was with Fisto and Annabelle watching while Chips did emergency repair work for old phased out robots who were missing limbs and craziness. So that's where we are. Back to you.
All right, so we healed the robot, and it rejoined its friends. Yes, see a need, fill a need. We filled the need. So, what would you? I mean, you're in the middle of a robot city. There are automatons everywhere. You see building after building after building, quite a few of which are in very good condition, and some of them are not. Most of the ones that are not don't look like they're run down so much as in various states of disassembly.
What
You
the fuck,
are
man?
you are looking for whatever you're looking for. How do you want to go about it?
Radius! Radius, this is the part where you have to do the talking. They're not gonna
I'm set
like
up my
me.
little repair shop, and I'm just gleefully repairing robots because that's what I do. And I am chattering their ears off while I do it because that's also what I do. I'm telling them what I'm doing as I'm repairing them.
And wrench here. Solder
Okay.
there. Here a wrench, there
I
solder.
You know what? I have a GM intrusion for you.
We're not even a full minute into play.
Started.
Off we go.
Oh, this is. You can already tell how this session is gonna go.
Okay, let's do it.
You have 2 experience, give 1 away, and let's do this.
I will give one graciously to Rusty for his attempt to try and teach Chips self-defense because that's going to be hilarious.
It's gonna be a challenge.
Okay. So I'm prior to saying this, I'm going to assume that you're going to do self-defense classes in the evening or something.
I'm gonna get my box of space tennis balls out so that I can help some more. I love helping with training.
I am 100% going to make you guys role play that. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts. You are absolutely doing that.
I didn't expect anything different.
Chips.
Yes.
You have set up your repair station kind of off to the side, and the one that you repaired, ran off and did its thing. But this procession of automatons is massive, and they're moving slow enough that several of them saw you repairing this one automaton, and a couple of them break off from the procession and walk over to your station and start offering or asking for your assistance. Now, when I say asking, one of them asks in truth. One of them asks in beeps, but holding up kind of a broken arm. And one of them sits down very grumpily on your table, hauls its leg up, and you notice that its foot is just sort of dangling because the ankle actuator is all hosed up. So you start repairing them, and over the course of the next couple hours, you work your way through 4 or 5 automatons, and I'm not going to make you roll for the actual repairing. We'll just say you take the time to do it. One of them, after they leave, comes back and hands you a small metal box.
I will accept the small metal box, look at it, and look at him, and huh?
It's one of the ones that beeped at you. So the communication is not really there.
Do we have somebody who speaks binary? Anybody?
Nope, not me.
Do you want me to try
When
vibing
you
with it?
open it up, you find a very small. It looks almost like a dish, and inside the dish you see a series of tiny glowing blue specks. Um, they're they're not really floating around, but they're sliding along the surface of this dish almost like they're frictionless. Um, and for a second, you don't recognize what they are because you've never actually seen them. But you finally realize that you have read about them and you have received 1 unit of Kaon dots.
Oh my god, is that them spherical chickens from all the math problems?
Kaon dots are vortices of concentrated force that can organize themselves and any other constituent iota into many different forms, making them a remarkable crafting material.
Hips will squeal in excitement, grab Radius's hand and drag him over and say, "Can you tell him thank you?"
For the record, the reason your tentacle monster can fit in a backpack when it's done is because Kaon dots.
I now have 5 whole units of Kaon dots. I'm dangerous.
Oh, I don't like it when she acknowledges herself that something is dangerous. That is alarming.
That's
The shit
never a good
I've
idea.
been doing.
I didn't realize you already had some. Never mind. Then we'll scratch the I don't know what they are and you get excited about can dots. Anyway.
It doesn't matter whether they're pretty, they're sparkly, they're iotum. Yay! Because it's chips. She got iotum. It's like giving a toddler glitter. Yes!
Oh god. That
I
may
mean,
be
to
the
be
most
fair, they
vicious
do
curse I've
actually look
ever
like
heard.
living. So, um, you have received a gift back for healing. As you're doing so, Radius and Cord are talking to the robots, and eventually they gather that um, there is an automaton that looks a lot like Cord and Radius that resides inside the whale, or at least it used to. They're not. They don't remember seeing it in a few months.
Did they get a name?
Root.
That
It's on
was
the list.
that was the one that was sending messages to
Yep,
Origin.
the one that Origin was getting messages from that he stopped getting messages from.
Radius is about to have a nervous breakdown, isn't he?
Maybe.
Okay. Do we
Is there
know?
anything else that you want to ask the machines?
Okay, so Root disappeared a few months ago. Does anybody have any idea what Root was doing before Root left? Or disappeared to wherever Root disappeared to?
Root was a historian of sorts. She tended to spend most of her time digging into the history of this city and its inhabitants.
Okay, so this may be more of an above table question, but how long has Boz been here roundabouts?
Well, that is a very good question. And none of the automatons know. It
Okay,
has
some of them
always
look
been
centuries.
there as long as they've been there.
Some of them were centuries old.
Yes.
Okay, that's a lot of historical facts to be fucking Nicolas Caging into a mysterious hole in the ground.
That is indeed accurate.
All right. Well, you know what we have to do now. We have to
Go
steal
find
the
Root.
Declaration of Independence.
Make sure you bring some lemons.
Okay. Could we get to where she was working? Maybe she's got like an office or something we could Scooby Doo ourselves around? Does she have friends who might know? Or any kind of lead? Because I'm a little concerned that Radius is just gonna fucking snap.
Well, she worked in what is now known as the Lost Manufactory. It's lost not because they don't know where it was, but because it moves around. However, There is a particular automaton that can probably help you find it. It is named Unit A29.
I don't know how I'm going to make that a boobs joke yet, but I will.
And A29 can be found in one of the manufactories here in Boz. They point you in that direction.
All right. Does anybody else have any suggestions or ideas for ways to claw loose some kind of clue?
Going to be quite honest with you, I'm not the smartest one when it comes to this kind of stuff. You all don't keep me around for my brains.
No, that's not what you bring to the table, darling. Should we let Chips keep doing this while some of us go to check on this? Nope, I still haven't figured out a joke. A29.
If I'm being honest, I think that Chips is doing good here, and I don't think she will miss us if we head off to check that out.
She mostly seems safe. You think if we leave her and Cord here, they can be okay with a rainbow umbrella and an apparently bottomless array of robots needing fixing?
I think so, especially if we leave Cord here with her and Yumi at Radius, we head to...
No, I don't want to leave her alone, but...
No, but if Cord's with us, then I think that'll be fine.
Have fun figuring out Numenera stuff without Chips.
Yeah, that's not really something we want to do either.
It's a rocket.
Building up a lot of goodwill. I'm trying to decide which is more important.
Hold on, maybe we should ask Chips what she wants to do.
All right, but you have to get her to not look at a robot for long enough to be aware we're here still.
Well, and Doran is going to get right in front of Chips, and he's going to just, all right, Chips, what were you paying attention to any of that conversation?
You're not a robot.
No.
Robot?
Well,
you don't need fixing.
No, I don't.
However, is there anything you could do about his skin? Because his arm there is
No, I don't do flesh.
No, the artificial skin is something that I have to take care of.
Okay.
No, do you want to stay here and keep working on robots, or do you want to come with us and figure all this out? Because I know that Radius was going to be going with us, yes.
Then I'm going because I go where Radius goes because Radius is my big brother.
Well, that settles that then.
All right. Well,
So
y'all heard
with that statement, I'm assuming that you're actually looking at Radius.
Yes.
Say that.
Yeah.
You see him looking around at all of the robots, and he looks upset.
They can be our family too. I'll adopt them. We'll find Root, and then we'll come back. And then when they let me come in, I can come in and fix them.
I don't. Can I insight check Radius?
Absolutely, you can see if you can determine.
I am putting effort. I am trained in discerning motives. I desperately want to know what is going on in his head right this minute. I got a 16 on the die.
With that much training and that, how many levels of effort did you put into it?
I was only going to put one effort into it, but
so two levels of effort. Yeah, that's fine. You're fine.
Okay.
Based on and I'm gonna give you a free level of effort based on the conversation that you had with him. You are reasonably confident, not 100% confident, but you are reasonably confident that he's looking around and thinking to himself that every one of these machines is a cast off from human society.
Well,
And none of them are in great condition. Most of them are functional, but they don't look like they've been treated particularly well. And then there's this place, this well that is a sanctuary for machines. And the fact that they need a sanctuary kind of offends his sensibilities.
he is worrying me. Chipper, can I ask you some questions about robot learning or learning robots or however that sentence ought to be constructed while we walk to find A29?
Real quick, you guys go ahead of me. I'm going to stay here, talk to Radius a little bit before you go ahead without us.
Radius is going with you.
No, I know he is. I know he is, but Doran's gonna try to hold him behind for a sec to try to talk to him.
All right, Chipper, you and I and Cord are gonna start walking, and the other two are gonna catch up to us in a minute because I have questions about how hard it is to become a right. I mean, I'm no good at it, but
It can be very hard.
And
So-
as the two of them, as the three of them start walking off, Doran's going to hold Radius back for a sec, hand on his shoulder. Radius, are you doing okay, my friend?
He doesn't say anything for a long moment. And then just a single word. No.
Look, you're more than welcome to talk to me about whatever's going on in that head of yours. I'm assuming it has something to do with everyone here. Am I correct in that assumption?
He nods, and then he places his hand on the small of your back and guides you to walk after them, and he continues walking.
Just know that
He doesn't seem like he wants to talk.
well, just know that if you need to talk, you can. I'm maybe a musclehead and maybe a lunk, but I'm also a good ear to listen. Anyways, let's go and get over the others.
Yep.
So it sounds like it'd be really, really hard to get people trained up to be rights to help. Fix seems like a rude word, but I don't know
And
what
it's
other
an
one
accurate
to
word.
use for. There seems like so much stuff broken.
Well, yeah, because humans are assholes.
Yeah, but it's their fault they're here. Shouldn't we like do something? I don't. People can't live with ouchies like this. I don't know how to translate analog into robot over here, but it looks real bad.
Have
Yeah,
Radius
but
and-
they
Josh,
don't
have
really
Radius
have
and I
much
caught up
choice.
to the have Radius and I caught up to the two of them by now?
Yeah, you weren't that far behind.
Could money fix this problem, or
I mean, we could
Not
always.
really, because it's going to come down to simple supply and demand. You know, like how we had money, but we had to go someplace to get the money. For them to be able to get supplies here that they need, they would have to work with a human group. Maybe some of the Amber Gleaners, we could talk with
We could
Cabbage
also.
Patch
We
and
could
maybe
also
set up a
have.
little outpost near here. And
mm,
We could also have some of them come back with us and be. Best one I can think of is diplomats, and they can travel to and from, bringing back whatever's needed.
Amber keeps a growing settlement. There's room if some of them
yeah,
want to come out hang out with humans, but I don't really get the feeling they want to hang out with.
let me ask you a question. If you were repeatedly tortured, harmed, and injured by a species, would you want to hang out with them?
Oh, what is
Them little
that?
blue fellers was fine because they ain't seen people before, but I don't know if that.
I mean, think about how so many of the Amber Gleaners reacted to the bugs when we made the bugs not be buggy.
And that would it'd be understandable as to why their security is so tight getting into the city.
But
I feel
the only way they're going to get supplies is if they have trusted humans, I guess.
At this point, it feels like we need to work our way to be said trusted humans.
Well, it was a long way getting here from the last settlement what had people in it. It was a long way. There's
If
there's not really like trade routes that go out this far.
no, but we have the supplies back at home. We could establish one.
I know you're saying that because it sounds like an ideal situation, but a
I
trade
know.
route is a huge undertaking. Hang on a second.
I know it would. At this point,
I
I
mean,
feel
we
like
wouldn't even have to really set up a full trade route, though. If we set up like a small designated area for humans to be here to trade, we could set up, I could build transportation portals, but that would be up to Radius and the robots if they're willing to have a small group of humans that close.
I feel like it would need to be a group of humans that I could trust that won't harm them.
Well, if you can take out the going back and forth because it's a lot of time and manpower and difficulty making the trek, but if you can cut the trek part out, that makes this a whole lot easier as a proposition. Because people
And
don't have to come in here if we're giving them stuff. We can make that exchange outside where they're more comfortable.
that works too. Or even better, establish an area as a halfway point between Amber Keep and here, and we get those portal thingies as a direct line of transport.
I'm pretty sure halfway was where we got attacked by them little slime what's it. So I don't
Is
know
that
about that.
No, I could just set up a place here, a small village outside, far enough away from the whale that they're not right up on top of it, and could just set up a teleportation. But that'd be something for Radius and the robots to decide if they want to do. And I will look up at Radius and say, is that something you would like me to start planning for you guys, to where you'd have the ability to trade and get stuff that you need? Because I know y'all need stuff. Because y'all need stuff to repair, and I know a couple of other rights that I could bring and help us repair if y'all are willing.
and
But that's going to be a decision for you guys to make, just like it was a decision for Lena to decide to continue hanging out with me. I'm not going to make anybody do anything that they don't want to do.
and my offer to you as well, Radius, is I can I can lend some of my men as some sort of protection of sorts for this town because you and I both know how well my men are trained and that they are good people. But the decision is all up to you. We can't make that decision for you.
There are probably a lot of things we could make exchanges on that could help both groups of
So
people.
he thinks about it for a moment and says, I too am new here. I would feel inadequate to make such a decision without understanding better the the situation here.
We understand that, but since you're one of us, but they will talk to you, that sort of makes you the best person to do the diplomating for this.
I agree.
And we just want to make sure you're okay with getting put in that position and that the rest of us could follow through on the promises we would be making. But if you think it's a good thing we could pursue, then I think we should. Maybe not right this absolute minute, because I'm still a little bit concerned about the deranged cultists and whatever horrifying monster is like taking over robot brains or whatever the fuck them things is doing.
And the fellow got a good point. It's you being one of us, but also, mechanical in nature, just like them. You are honestly the perfect person to. Oh, what's the word I'm looking for here? Uh, go between the two groups and diplomaticize, or however that is verbed.
That's exactly how that's verbed. You got it just right.
But at the same time, we don't want you to do anything that you don't think you are qualified for or do not feel comfortable doing. Because, as Chips had said, you are family. That's what this is. It's family, and you're one of us.
I'm not sure I'm he doesn't say capable. It's
It's a big decision, I know. Just
How about
percolate
for
on it.
now we put a pin in it and we just let it ride. We go see if we can find Root and see if she's okay. And Radius can think about it. And if Radius doesn't want to do it, maybe Cord will, right? Because Cord is also one of us. He's my other big brother because I've claimed him and he said it was
And
okay.
we like you, Cord, we do, but talking to people has not been your strong suit thus far. I don't know if you're better at talking to robots than you are to people.
I mean,
Are you better
granted,
at talking to
talking to
robots
people is
than
not my strong suit either, so you can't use that as a benchmark.
I'm sorry, Cord. I'm getting off track. We need to focus. We need to focus on the impending whatever horrible cataclysm these people are threatening us with, because I haven't understand more than 3 words, but they keep doing horrible fucking weird shit, and I would like them to stop.
And I think I agree with Chips as much as it pains me to say. We'll put a pin in this for later. Just, Radius, if you can, think about it.
I will.
Now, I think the two of us should probably get in the front of this little parade, shouldn't we? Protect
Well, it's either that or we're going to have Chips doing all the greeting and meeting, which I personally think is a terrible idea, because
no,
I love you, Princess. I love you, but please don't let her be in front, boys.
If anybody should be doing the meeting and greeting and talking, it's gonna be you. That's what you're good at. That's what your specialty is.
Yes, but she should definitely not be on the front line. Please don't let her be there. I can't.
Hey.
Precious princess, we love you very much. You
I can
are,
talk to people too, you know.
I know you can. You are wonderful and lovely. But you also do this thing where you throw blender grenades, and it makes me nervous.
Look, I haven't thrown a blender grenade in 6 months.
I only had to see you do it one time to be permanently terrified.
Look,
It's
and as much as I hate to say this, Chip's gotten a lot softer around the edges, but at the same time, yours a talky one.
I entirely acknowledge that that is my fucking job. That is what I'm supposed to be doing here. We are also in a situation where I'm not necessarily the ideal candidate.
No, the ideal candidate would be as a Chip's radius accord.
It would be a robot who possessed talking to people skills, but that's not what our friends specialize in.
Well,
Although I'm still not really sure what Cord specializes in.
Doran's going
You're
after
saying
all this.
that-
Doran's going to reach his hand down and just kind of ruffle Chip's hair a little bit.
Chips is going to grab hold of his hand and goes, "Hiya! Hiya!"
Oh Lord, this is a thing you brought on yourself.
Don't worry. Eventually, you will be able to tear my arm off, Chips. Don't worry. I'll make sure of it.
Why would that be the metric you want her to reach for? Why
Because
is
I can
ripping
do it.
your arm off of your torso a goal?
Because I can easily repair it, and I can do it with these.
So wait, Diddy fucking Christ, boy, what is wrong with you?
I'm sorry, do you know what it took for me to get all of this mechanical? It took a lot of pain, a lot of training, and it just a lot of my limbs getting ripped off at certain points in my life.
Yes. Which is why you don't want your limbs being ripped off to be a thing you
And
propose our most
I
deranged and terrifying member is given as a goal.
I made it so where if my arm does get ripped off, I could put it back on with ease.
That's
That was a
not
design
exactly the point.
that was part of the
If she
design
can
when I
rip
built.
off your arm, she can rip off everybody's arms.
You're
And
right.
she
You're right.
may.
You're right. We'll not reach for that goal specifically. If she can wind me, then we'll.
No, you promised I could rip your arm off.
You gave her the right to bear arms.
Your entire arm.
I mean,
The thing is,
that was on you.
That would require her to also be able to lift
No,
my.
let's don't. No, stop talking. No more talking from you today. You have said like 4 different things that were horrifying in any context, and this one may result in the entirety of the 9th world wandering around with no fucking arms.
I don't think she'd go that far.
Don't tempt her. Stop giving her goals.
You know what? Let me add a caveat. Let me add a caveat here. Pips, I need you to look at me for a second.
Now
If I show you and if I get you to that point, you must promise me. And this is important. You will only use it, at least that whole part of things.
You
For
ripped out somebody's tongue, so I don't know why you're lecturing me about ripping off arms.
You have ripped out more than one person's tongue. Discretion has never been the best part of your valor, my good friend.
That
If everybody could stop dismembering other people via the power of their fingers, I would appreciate it.
see, okay, but the
Y'all are giving me fucking nightmares.
well, you and I both know that whole thing with the tongue, I had a valid reason for doing it.
Exactly one time, that was a valid excuse. Exactly one time. But you have ripped out more than one fucking tongue out of somebody's fucking face. tongues ain't even actually attached to very much. They're held on by skin. It takes roughly 10 pounds of pressure. Stop doing it!
I'll also point out that he ripped off somebody's head and he ripped off an arm.
She ain't wrong. She
And-
ain't
and
wrong.
he-
You're setting
he-
a terrible example. Please, please
He
don't
beat
teach her
a
to do
whole
this.
up. He beat
Please.
up a whole bunch of birds.
Don't
Oh, God, I
forget
forgot about that one.
Don't forget about all the bugs that I took out too.
Yes, and then Chipper made friends with them, and it was really awkward.
Right, I forget. Chips, do you still stay in contact with those bugs?
Yes, we
Yeah.
did.
I don't. I'm
Do you
busy
not
in my
listen at
bakery. And
any of the council meetings? Do you not ever listen during meetings?
normally, I'm not in those meetings, Annabelle. I'm busy training our army
You're so
And cooking.
God
and
damn.
cooking for the entire city.
Which is very important, but you're supposed to be at the meeting so you know what we're doing.
I rely on you to fill me in.
Which I keep doing at top volume because you keep doing this to me. How close are we to Unit 829? As we walk through the robot city screaming at the top of our lungs like very normal
Oh,
people.
No, remember. I would like to remember. Even if he wasn't listening and wasn't paying attention, how did he miss the 5 bugs that are part of his army that he's been training? Just saying.
God, that's right. How'd you
Because
miss
I don't see
Corporal
most
Click
of my men. I don't see most of my men without their armor. Usually, they come to me already geared up.
Arms?
I am also bad with faces.
Oh my
I
God.
don't
God.
question it. Do not question it.
Oh Lord, he's gonna French his way out of this. Oh no, I would rather go talk to the. Let's go find this robot.
Hold on. What do you mean
Try
French?
and deal with Fisto
What do you mean by
anymore.
French his way out? What do you mean by French his way out?
Every time we go to a foreign city, you do random ass weird shit, and I end up yelling at you for like 3 straight days. At least Chipper isn't calling you daddy this time.
Thank
I
God.
said, prompting Chipper to call him daddy this time.
Please do
Puppy!
not. Please do not.
Grandpa!
Extremely.
That's the mistake you made, and I will continue to
Yes.
prompt her to do it.
You also
But
went
you
along
did
with
terrible.
it. You also went along with it for a bit then.
I did. I was a loyal and wonderful wife for like 45 minutes.
We're not going to revisit that, please.
Stop giving her ideas, and maybe I will stop bringing her back to previous ideas that you want her to forget she had.
I'm trying to fill her head with new ideas, so
As
she
long
will
as the elevator ride.
Are we almost there?
We're almost there. We're just walking down the sidewalk in Robotville as the motherfucker.
So I'm going to have the 3 of you make a perception check, if you would, for me, please.
18.
Figure I'm paying attention.
That
Sure,
is
why
way more than you needed.
not? I got a 1.
Okay.
Annabelle is
seen
seething
shit.
with rage. Annabelle is seething with rage at Doran right now. She
I'm too
can't
busy
focus.
yelling at him. There could be robots.
We're gonna get
elephants. I
to
don't know.
Annabelle.
No
So
attention
18,
paid.
20, and 1. Awesome. Chips, you and Duran, as you're in the middle of having this very vocal and very animated conversation, and Radius and Cord are walking and staring at you like you've grown 3 heads. You realize they're not the only ones. You pass by robot after robot after robot that stop what they're doing and watch you for as long as they can see and hear you
What the fuck?
with expressions that approximate that thought.
What is
They're
what
not
the fuck
even
in
being
binary?
subtle about it.
Que carajo!
Annabelle, you are so animated in your argument that you completely miss a divot in the road that
Oh,
sends you tumbling
I've actually
ass
turned around
overhead,
and I'm walking backwards, screaming at Fisto. Ass over tea
and your
kettle.
ankle starts hurting.
Fuck! Damn it! This is also your fault, Fisto.
you should have watched well. You were walking.
You should stop
I
trying
will-
to teach Chips how to do horrifying serial killer shit.
I will ask Lily if she would be willing to carry Annabelle. She's walking with us, and she's my level 2 companion. I can't remember if her name was Lena or Lily, but anyway,
It was Lily.
Triangle. will
The
carry-
cutie we picked up while we were on that trip where we lost, where we tragically lost Philo.
You have Lily, or you ask Lily if she will pick up Annabelle, and she says, yes, of course. Walks over and hauls Annabelle onto her back like
I haven't felt 5
one of
years old
those
in a very long
one of
time.
those car cranes, like the ones that drag them up onto the sled. Yeah. She just kind of reaches back over her shoulder and grabs your shoulders and hauls you up.
Fisto, in order to keep yelling at you, I would have to be screaming in Sweetie Pie's ear, and I don't want to be yelling in Sweetie Pie's ear. So I'm going to put this conversation on hold. But God help you later.
I will also put this conversation on hold because everybody has been staring at us.
Of course they've been staring at us. We were wandering around the street screaming about dismembering folk.
Yeah. Chips, really quick. I'm going to train you, but I'm not going to.
No, you promised, Poppy.
I never said that. I promise. I did not
Yes,
use
you
those
did. You
words.
said you were going to teach me how to rip people's arms off.
There were bargains made with the detached voice of God. You don't have a choice in the matter, I'm afraid.
Okay, but again, last thing I'm going to say, we're going to have
That's you say that the thing is that you can say that you're going to train her. She's never going to actually be able to do that
She weighs
because
like 5 pounds.
she's like 90 pounds soaking wet. I mean,
if I'm being honest, even if he did let one of his arms go limp, I don't even think she could lift it, to be honest with you.
well, no, she'd be able to lift it. It'd be a struggle, but she'd be able to lift it. But she would not be able to apply the torque, pressure, whatever, to rip the arm off. She'd have to break out the tools, and that wouldn't be the same thing, and she'd be very upset about it.
Anyways, let's just, as Annabelle said, we'll put this all on the back burner for now. We'll talk about this all later, and let's just continue today.
Thank you for the lift, Sweetie Pie. Has someone actually been paying attention to where we're walking? Because I have not.
Radius has actually been paying attention to where you're walking. He is moving at a pace that makes it somewhat challenging for you to keep up. Not impossible, but somewhat challenging.
Well, we were being very irritating.
Yeah.
He heads toward a smallish metal building. This one is one of the intact ones. that's kind of tucked between another smallish building and two much larger ones. And the inside of the building is organized chaos, I guess is a good way to put it.
There are
You
neatly
see,
labeled boxes that say junk on the side.
no. It's more like um, the piles of screws are over here, and the piles of scrap metal is over here, and the piles of jars with things in it are over here, and none of the things in them are, the same or look
Robots
anything alike, but they're
robots
all jars with things in them, and that kind of organized chaos, right? So,
the robots
in the
also have ADHD.
center of all of this, there is a fairly large um, workbench, and you see, second here, that
Oh,
it is floating off of the ground, about 2 feet, and the hands that it is manipulating things with appear to be floating, much like Chips's third hand, um, except you're guessing these are obviously um, connected to the sphere somehow. They have these glowing pads that the air between the pad and the large sphere kind of shimmers like a oasis in the desert or something like that. Um, you're guessing it's force or magnetism or something. You don't know, but something is keeping those hands connected and controlled, even though they're not attached.
so how big-ish did you say he was?
This thing is easy 4 feet in diameter, maybe
4 feet?
5.
So okay, like person height then. Okay.
Yeah, and floating about 2 feet off the ground.
I'm going to look up at Radius first and ask him, can we say hi to him? Do you think he'd be okay with that?
I am sure it would be fine. You are a guest here.
Hello, Mr. A29. Have you got a moment?
Begin sequence relevant. Unit A29 observes organic visitors. Hello?
We were hoping to talk to you about a friend that we're trying to get in contact with, a robot named Root.
You see several of there's smaller lights, um, kind of up tucked underneath in a groove, towards the top of the ball, and they start flashing for just a little bit, and then it speaks again. Begin sequence relevant. Unit A29 observes organic visitors who seek additional information. Unit A29 weighs parameters. The sum indicates that organic visitors seek root. Root sought the lost manufactory. Unit A29 built tracking device for Root. Unit A29 never observed Root again. Unit A29 queries organic visitors. Should Unit A29 build a duplicate tracking device for organic visitors?
Please.
Analysis. Yes. 9.999 out of 10.
Can you teach me?
Begin sequence relevant. Unit A29 observes diminutive organic visitor.
Accurate?
Machine repair? Yes. Unit A29 observes desire for learning, for knowledge. Unit A29 will teach. And it starts, instead of talking, it emits this sound that's it's somewhere between a high pitched screech and Morse code. It lasts for about 15 seconds and then stops. And when it stops, the hands of this automaton begin pulling things out of drawers and off shelves, and one of its side panels open up, and there's another arm that floats out that looks like it's got a welding torch at the end of it, that immediately starts building this device, this thing. It actually, it looks kind of like the thing that you found in the pyramid over Delend that lets you know where things were in the pyramid. It's got that kind of display thing with handholds and some sort of mechanism behind it that you're guessing is you're not sure what it is. Maybe a data chip or something like that. But it takes a good 5 to 10 minutes, and then pulls out something out of its body and fuses it into the back of this device.
Chips, no licking without permission.
And then hands it to you. Begin sequence relevant. Unit 829 constructed tracking device for lost manufactory. Given to diminutive organic unit visitor. Here.
Chips will accept it. Did Chips actually learn how to make one?
You are going, that is actually going to be a difficulty 8 understanding Numenera, because while he did give you the directions, he did not give you the directions in a language that you can speak.
No, but I have the ability to talk to the data sphere.
So that will help.
She keeps licking
The
stuff.
fact that you observed stuff is the reason you get to make a roll. So you're specialized in understanding Numenera.
I'm specialized. I will throw 2 levels of effort at it, and I will invoke the whole data sphere. Please translate this to shit I understand.
Okay, so the data sphere comes back. That is pure machine language. Radius would understand it, but he couldn't do anything with the information because he's not a Wright. Ford understood it and would probably, if you let him, spend the next 2 or 3 years figuring out how to be a Wright so that he could do something with the information, because figuring things out is what he does.
Less Ford.
The information would have pissed Axis off because everything pisses Axis off. And you're not quite sure what it would have done with Origin because you didn't get time to know him very well. So, yes, the data sphere can translate that for you and turn that into another level of effort. So, that is 5 levels of effort from a task that is task level 8. That leaves you with a 3. You need a 9 or better.
It's Joanne.
It's Joanne. You have learned how to make a device that will let you find the lost manufactory. Congratulations.
It's another plan. Is it an artifact?
It is an artifact. It is a very specific artifact.
Okay. I'm just writing down that I can make it because look, Chips' entire thing is must collect all the plants.
I get.
Well, that looks so helpful. Thank you,
I
Mr.
will
829.
compare the one that he built to the one that I built in Glen. Studying the two. Fascinating.
She's
Yes,
distracted by something again.
They are in fact different, and you can tell the differences. You're not sure how the one was made, the one from Del End, but they very obviously have the same general purpose.
She's studying the fact that the concepts are the same of how they work. Like, Apple phone, Samsung phone.
That makes
Ring, 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 banana phone.
you have 2 very different takes on the same concept.
So yeah, she will put the one for the pyramid in Glen away and say, "Let us go forth and find the lost workshop." And then she will promptly sit on Radius's foot.
You're sitting on Radius's foot.
Yeah, like toddler would.
So you're clinging to his leg too.
Yes, because last time I was just holding his hand, he took off like he was running away from me. So now he's going to have to carry me. I will climb up onto his back and perch on his shoulders if I have to. No escape for Radius.
All right, honey. Mr. A29, we're gonna go and try and find Root. Is there anything else you can tell us about the research she was doing before she got missing?
Begin sequence relevant. Unit A29 observes organic visitors seeking additional information. Unit A29 weighs parameters. The sum dictates that the organic visitors seek more information about Root. Root kept to themselves. I do not have more information.
Oh, all right. Well, thank you so much for helping us as much as you have, and we're gonna go try and find her. All right, so don't you worry none.
It goes back to what it was doing.
That wasn't parameters at all. Fucking organics. All right.
You turn on the tracking device.
Well, I figure we'll wait until after we get outside of the city and then turn it on. That way, if there's interference in the city, we don't have interference. Because I'm assuming that this place that we need to go is outside the city.
Don't know.
Is that
Fine,
something?
I will turn it on and flick it. Flick it on. Do-do-do.
All right.
Clippy appears.
Clippy appear. Yeah. No, Clippy does not appear. You turn the device on. and it appears that you are in fact correct, that it points to a location outside the city by about 20 miles. Um, almost due east, maybe just a little bit north. Now, as I recall, you guys started the day in the city about midday because it took you a little while to get there and figure out how to get inside and then climb down the mountainside, and then you were repairing robots and
At
stuff. So
high noon.
it is now the evening of the first day. Y'all are guests in the whale. If you wish to set up camp outside, you are more than welcome to do so. You won't be bothered or molested or anything like that.
I don't suppose robots really have ends. What would they do?
They do not. There is nary an end in this place.
All right. Well, we do still have camping gear on account of we have spent like 2 months walking here. Well, the crawler did the walking, but that's not the point. So we can set up for camp, and I don't figure much of anything is going to cause trouble that's close to Boz.
I think the only thing that's going to cause me trouble. I think the only thing that's going to cause trouble is my training of Chip.
I'm not going to yell in Lily's ear. I'm not going to do it. She's a nice robot, and I'm not going to yell in her ear.
And I'm gonna walk over to Annabelle and just quietly tell her, "Don't worry, I'm not going to teach her how to dismember a body. I made that. You made that very clear. That is one thing you do not want to do.
Ever give her a goal that you do not want her to pursue. Never.
Oh, you're right. But also at the same time, you actually think that she's capable of ripping an arm off a body by herself with her own bare hands? She's like 30 pounds soaking wet.
She's tiny. I don't think she can do it. That's not the point. You gave her a goal that was dismembering human bodies.
I gave her an unobtainable goal.
That is so bad. How many times have we thought something was impossible and her bitch ass just went and did it?
Annabelle, it's a thing you don't know about physical training is you want to give yourself that unobtainable goal to always work towards.
Look, that may work for you, and that may work for other people whose job is punching things. Chipper's job is making things which are physically impossible into things that just fucking exist, and she whips them out of her pockets.
Right, but no, that was the only goal that I could think of that would even catch her attention. You know how she is.
You for the shit of it. You didn't need to give her a goal there. All you have to do is open your fucking mouth and she'll want to sock you one.
I'm surprised you haven't by now.
I would, but I would succeed in bruising my hand and approximately nothing else.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you'd bruise my face. As you know, if you
No, I've played this game before. This winds up with me having to get a brace on my hand for 3 months, and you looking real fucking smug. I ain't doing that dumb shit twice.
There you go, Zap.
Elo's only gonna bait me once.
All right. And Doran's gonna break away from there. All right, Chip, are you ready for day 1 of your training?
I will pounce on him like a ferocious little bear cub.
All right.
Yeah, that's fine. That's okay. She's hit you 16 times in a full second. Good luck.
Let's see where your strength is at right now. I want you to
Answer something.
I want you to hit me in the face as hard as you can with no technology, nothing to assist you. So hit me in the face as hard as you can. Let's see where your strength's at right now.
I'm gonna slap him.
Right, we have a
But the
lot.
kids, we're gonna need alcohol if this is gonna be happening.
Annabelle, if you're in, oh, please give me some as well.
Do
Right.
robots do alcohol? Is there something y'all can drink that's gonna get you as amused as me? Because y'all deserve it, I feel. It's been a long day.
Actually,
George shakes his head. I, I'm not quite sure I understand the purpose of alcohol. What is it that you
it
use it
makes
for?
the
Oh,
purpose
you
is
know
to
how
make you stop
sometimes you
feeling
feel sad about stuff and life is just difficult and it's just this perpetual trudging march towards inevitability and sorrow.
and the alcohol just makes you
No.
feel that.
And he shakes his head. No,
You are a
I have
robot.
no idea.
You will not inevitably succumb to the mortal coil.
No, but
Okay.
it seems like Radius has been around humans long enough to where it seems like he has
We
been.
make Radius plenty sad. He doesn't need the help.
Let me ask you this. What do you do as an equivalent to us drinking alcohol to kind of
How do
get rid of temporarily the negative thoughts?
Well, he was doing monk shit last time. He was just like zenning the fuck out. Maybe Cord doesn't have problems like that.
No, if Radius had hair, we'd be causing it to go grayer.
Oh, that is true. That is true.
Luckily for me, I'm already gray. So
I'm just trying to figure out how to explain this to Cord, who seems to be like incredibly calm and accepting of every weird thing we do.
right. Real quick, and
Cord, everything that you do is just another data point.
Do you ever want to feel kind of like disconnected and floaty and just nothing could go wrong?
The minute he's distracted by Annabelle talking about alcohol, I'm gonna sneak off and cuddle up to Radius.
and Annabelle, real quick, can
Okay.
you look in the bags over there? Can you toss me one of my cigars?
Things smell
Not,
nasty.
it's not going to hurt you.
No, but they smell nasty.
Yes, it will
Oh.
hurt her. You don't know that. You got to set it on fire. And you told me setting things on fire was bad.
It's not an exposed flame, Chips.
No, you told me that I couldn't set things on fire, so I don't think it's fair that you get to set things on fire.
This is a
Girl,
I'm an
if you
adult
tell
too,
him
as
you
I
can't
say, not
set
as
it
I
on
do.
fire, he's just going to do that nasty thing where he just chews on it like a cow with cud. It's horrible.
What do you think
Yeah,
I
but
am?
then we don't have to smell it.
What do you think I am? You don't chew on a perfectly good cigar.
I don't even know that that's a perfectly good cigar, so sure, whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm going to be holding Radius's hand, and because he's my big brother and he's been sad, so she's
Doran.
trying in the best way that she can to comfort Radius.
Okay. So you do that. Cord is staring at the two of you, particularly you, Duran, as you're smoking your cigar, and he comments about the air quality of the breaths that you're taking in, and does so with 4 decimal precision.
He ain't wrong. You can't argue
the
with him. It's math.
the chemicals that you're breathing in right now, and the potential harmful effects on the human body.
Yeah, no, trust me, Cord. I know the harmful effects, but at the same time, it's that whole thing of once you start, you can't stop. Or at least you can. It's just going to be really, really bad for you mentally.
That is
He kind of
not.
cocks his head to the side and looks at you for a second. Interesting.
Cord, look at me. I am 60 years old. I have been doing this since I was at least 18. If I would have died, I would have died a long
You're gonna die. You're made of meat. That's what happens to us. Cord, I haven't known how to broach this subject with you because you always seem so fucking zen about everything and so okay with shit that it borders on sociopathic. Um, are you at all upset or concerned about the things that have happened last few months that have been somewhat emotionally charged for certain other members of the team? Or does being really chill just like fix that for you?
He kind of tenses his hands in front of him and looks at you for a long moment, trying to figure out how to describe.
Robot feelings?
Well, when you started talking about Zen and the emptiness, that's not really far off. Um, it's not so much that Cord can't feel anything. It's that what he feels to him is just another data point. Like
I guess I'm glad
if
you're
it
not like upset.
if it doesn't math for him to do something, he doesn't do it. And so it might look like he's just chill when in reality what it is he's calculating odds as to where he needs to go and what he needs to do.
I'm sorry if I'm being invasive, Cord. I know it's been kind of upsetting for certain members of the team, and you never seem upset about anything, and I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing or just one of them things. I don't want to leave you out if you need help or something. I just don't know if you need help or something.
Being upset is not my way and is a waste of my energy.
I guess it's the sort of thing when you're a robot you can like actually make true instead of just having it be a thing you're saying as a complete and bald ass lie. Cause if it was a meat person saying that, I would know they was lying to me. But maybe that's just a thing you can actually in real life do. Now
That
I'm
is in fact a thing that he can actually do.
now I'm actually kind of jealous of your ability to just not be bothered. That's just that just seems really useful right now. 'Cause there's a lot of bothersome shit happening.
So yeah, I will point it out again, and this is something that Annabelle realizes with her training in noticing people's behavior and things like that. It strikes you how different radius and chord and axis and origin are, even though they look very similar, like they were built as the same model of robot. they handle
Axis couldn't be
situations that
Zen
come
if
up.
his entire fucking life depended on it. He couldn't pull off calm to save anything.
You're correct.
Hmm.
But imagine him at the head of a giant robot army.
It was very scary when he was at the head of a giant robot army because he's angry as hell.
He had a human army. Crazy human army, but a human army.
Which somehow still worked out for him in spite of the fact that he was yelling kill all humans. I don't know what to say about that part. I don't like thinking about it. It's unsettling.
So, the idea that he could take over the robot army or whatever that this Orstenia built is kind of horrifying. But the way he handles things is by lashing out. And it's very different than what Origin does, who goes and investigates and gets to know people and inserts himself into societies and integrates himself. And it's very different from Cord, who's a cold analytical, hard math, hard science kind of guy, and statistics and odds, and it's different from Radius, who's very visceral and passionate, and you know what I mean. They're all
The outsides are
different,
the same,
even
but
though
the
they're the
insides are all
same. Yeah.
very different.
And that, as you're talking to him, that strikes you as a thing. Like, this is, someone did this. Someone made these robots. Someone did this on purpose. And
y'all gonna turn into Voltron and be like a regular, normal person, aren't you? Like with a full range of human emotions that you can.
I'm sorry, I don't know what Voltron is. But,
don't worry, honey. Don't worry, honey. Back to the alcohol.
I'm assuming that somewhere, sometime, you guys have picked up some alcohol that you can drink if you want.
Oh, we brought alcohol. We brought alcohol. There's booze here. I'm just pretty
Chips, on
sure
the other
robots
hand,
shouldn't have corn whiskey.
is spending time with Radius, and while she is uh, so you're holding his hand, you're kind of stroking the back of his hand. Are you talking to him, or are you just being with him?
I'm just being with him.
Okay. While he doesn't seem to change in magnitude of um irritation, he does reach down and pet the top of your head the way he does, or the way he has on occasion. Um, it feels a lot different with the cat ears, but yeah, it your tail kind of flicks back and forth absently.
Who's your good kitty?
I'm a good kitty. I'm a good kitty.
We've given Radius little aluminum foil tubes of tuna.
And eventually you guys get tired and can go to sleep. Do you guys want to set up a watch or no? Or
I feel like we're pretty safe, but maybe somebody should keep an eye on things just in case.
And I think it should probably be a 3-part watch between Doran. Well, 2-part watch, I'm assuming, because I'm guessing Chips kind of needs.
She's a growing girl. We don't want to keep her up all night.
Yeah, I was saying, the two of you were sleeping, and Doran and the robots keep watch until Doran has to eventually fall asleep.
Well, you're going to be making breakfast, so I assume you want the last watch so you can start working on that.
That would 100% be his goal there. Give the two bots a chance to just relax. They don't sleep, but they can relax.
Annabelle will stay up for a while. I know the robots don't need to sleep, but it doesn't seem fair to make them be doing this the entire time.
Okay. Night passes and nothing happens. You're inside the city. It's very much nobody comes here. Nobody can find it, and nobody's getting through the guards outside without some sort of um, being a robot or um,
Having
the
a
same way
magic
you did,
robot box.
having a golden ticket that allows them passage. So yeah, you. I'm assuming you're leaving the city then, and then looking for this lost manufactory with the directions. Unless someone
Yep,
tells me
that's
otherwise.
gonna be the goal. We're gonna
Lovely.
go to the place that Root was trying to find, and we're gonna see if we can find Root either on the way or there or something. Because I don't have a better idea.
Awesome. So you spend the better part of the day um, hiking out, following the directions on the device that Chips has. Um, the terrain is somewhat rocky. There's a lot of foothills there, mostly coming off the clock of Kala, um, but also in the cliffs and cliff sides that surround the whale as they come down. It's fairly rough terrain, so it takes a good while for you to get there. Um, Somewhat half hidden, mostly hidden in um, a I don't want to call it a valley or anything because it's not nearly that big, but in something of a clearing between um, larger hills, smaller mountains, and nestled among those foothills, the rocky foothills, you find this.
Holy!
And that is where we will end our stream today.
You
Oh,
teasing the
that went by quick.
Uh,
Folks, thank you for joining us. We really appreciate it. It's nice having people in the Twitch chat and seeing this live. I know you spent some time hanging out with us, and we really appreciate it. We'll catch you here again next 2 weeks, where we'll come back and figure out what's in the lost manufactory and see if we can't figure out what happened to Root. Until then, enjoy your gaming, and from our Citadel to yours, happy gaming.